It was a mild September evening in the quiet town of Brooksville, where life moved slowly and everyone knew each other. Emma Carter had lived there her whole life, and she was known for her bright smile, kind heart, and a spirit that refused to stay broken despite the cracks that life had left in her over the years. She had just turned 32 and recently opened a small art gallery downtown. It had always been her dream to share beauty with the world through colors and canvas. Her life was finally stabilizing after years of heartbreak, and a part of her finally believed she could love again. That was when she met Ryan Mitchell. Ryan had moved to Brooksville only 4 months earlier, a software developer who had grown tired of the fast-paced chaos of New York. Seeking a quieter, more meaningful life, he packed up and bought a charming fixer-upper on Maple Street. He first met Emma at the farmer's market, when she accidentally dropped a basket of fresh apples. He knelt to help her gather them, and their eyes met. There was an undeniable warmth, an unspoken understanding, as if fate had held them in waiting. It didn't take long before they were inseparable. They spent weekends exploring nearby trails, sharing secrets over wine and jazz music, and supporting each other's dreams. Ryan would help Emma hang paintings late at night at the gallery, while she'd brew coffee and listen to him talk about code, something she didn't quite understand but loved to hear him get passionate about. Everyone in town said they were perfect together. But love, however powerful, is a delicate thing easily shaken by whispers from the past. Emma had a secret. One she had buried deep, believing it would never resurface. Years ago, when she was just 23, she had been engaged to a man named Daniel Reeves. Their love had been passionate, overwhelming even. But Daniel had a darkness inside him that she didn't see at first. He was charming in public, manipulative in private. Over time, Emma realized she had become isolated, anxious, and afraid. The engagement ended after a particularly painful incident that left Emma broken and terrified. She moved back to Brooksville to rebuild. What she didn't know was that Daniel had never truly left her life, at least not in spirit. His influence lingered in ways she never imagined. And now, it was about to come crashing back. It started with a letter. One crisp morning, Emma received a plain envelope with no return address. Inside was a photo. It was old, worn at the edges, showing her and Daniel, arms around each other at a party. Scribbled across the bottom were the words, "Does Ryan know about him?" Her hands shook. She folded the photo quickly and stuffed it in a drawer. She tried to forget it, to convince herself it was a prank. But the next day, another envelope arrived, this time, with a copy of the police report she had filed against Daniel. The pain she had worked so hard to heal from threatened to pull her under again. And worse, she now had to decide whether to tell Ryan. Emma stared at the report that night, lying on the couch beside Ryan as he snored softly, a book resting on his chest. How could she destroy what they had with a story so ugly, so painful? Days passed and the letters kept coming, each one more intrusive than the last. Finally, a note arrived that made her heart stop. He deserves the truth before someone else gives it to him. She couldn't hide anymore. That night, she asked Ryan to sit with her. The sunset poured golden light through the windows, but her heart felt heavy. "There's something you need to know about my past," she began, and watched the curiosity in Ryan's eyes shift to concern. She told him everything about Daniel, about the fear, the trauma, the recovery. Her voice trembled, but she didn't look away. She needed him to see all of her, not just the pieces that were easy to love. When she finished, Ryan was quiet. Too quiet. "I wish you had told me earlier," he finally said. "I was scared," she admitted. "I didn't want to lose you." "I'm not angry about your past," Ryan said. "But I am hurt that you didn't trust me with the truth. You talk about healing, but part of that is letting someone carry it with you." The days that followed were tense. Ryan wasn't cold, but he was distant. Emma gave him space, not knowing what else to do. She tried to keep herself busy at the gallery, but the ache in her chest was constant. Then came the phone call. Emma was alone at the gallery when her phone rang. The number was unknown. She answered hesitantly. "Emma," said a voice she hadn't heard in nearly a decade. "It's Daniel." She froze. "Why are you calling me?" "I'm in Brooksville," he said calmly. "I just thought we should talk. Clear the air. I'm different now." Her body went cold. Stay away from me. But Daniel didn't listen. Over the next few days, she spotted him around town at the coffee shop, the bookstore, even parked across from her gallery. Always watching. Always waiting. Ryan found out soon after. He showed up one evening, breathless and angry. "Why didn't you tell me he was here? I was trying to protect you," she cried. "And myself. I can't help you if you keep shutting me out, Emma." She looked at him, tears in her eyes. "Are you going to leave me?" "I don't know," he said quietly. "I love you. But it's a lot." That night, Emma couldn't sleep. She stared at the ceiling, heart pounding, while Daniel's shadow hovered at the edges of her thoughts. She knew she had to take control. The next morning, she filed a restraining order and went to the police. She showed them the letters, the calls, the stalking. This time, she refused to be silent. When Ryan found out, he came to the gallery. "You did the right thing," he said, his voice softer than before. "I'm proud of you." Emma wanted to believe things could go back to how they were. But something had shifted. The lightness in their relationship had dimmed, replaced with caution and fear. Ryan tried, he really did, but eventually, he admitted that the trauma hanging over their relationship was too much for him to carry. "I love you," he told her one last time, holding her hand. "But I think we need time apart. Maybe someday." Emma nodded. She didn't beg. She had learned that love should never have to be chased. Months passed. The restraining order held. Daniel vanished from her life again, hopefully for good this time. Emma poured herself into her art, her gallery, her healing. She joined a support group and began sharing her story with others, helping women find their voice after years of silence. And then, one snowy afternoon, Ryan returned. He walked into the gallery, older somehow, his eyes more thoughtful. "I never stopped loving you," he said. "I know," she whispered. They didn't rush back into love. They sat, they talked, they relearned each other. This time, Emma told the whole story, every dark piece. And Ryan listened. Because true love, when it comes again, should never be afraid of the shadows.